Hi there and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Hanny.
It's part 2 of our Stories and Fables unit. And the title of our story is The Traveling Companion. We are reading a story this month about a young man named John who is traveling by himself. One night on his journey, he stopped at a church to get some rest. But it was while he was inside the church that he saw something quite terrible.
That's right, Mike. John saw that some men were trying to throw a man's dead body into the street. These men told John that the man had owed them money, and since he didn't pay while he was alive, they were going to do this terrible thing to him.
Seeing this, of course, upset John, and so he paid the men what this dead man had owed. And then John went on his way to continue his journey. And just before we finished yesterday's part of the story, John also met a stranger who asked if he could travel with John. Since he was happy for some company, John said yes. Okay, that brings us up to speed, and so now Hanny will tell us all about the new vocabulary that we will be reading today.
我们在前一天的故事读到 John 答应和一名陌生人结伴同行，一起旅行。那后来这两个人来到一座城堡，里面住着一位美丽的公主，任何人都可以娶她为妻，但是必须先回答3个问题。这边出现4个单字 Castle 就表示城堡，它是当名词用。例如 The castle was built in the 14th century. The castle was built in the 14th century. 那座城堡是在14世纪建造的。好，第2个单字是 princess 表示公主，也是当名词用。同学们小时候都有读过童话故事吧？大家对这个结局应该不陌生。The prince and the princess got married and lived happily ever after. The prince and the princess got married and lived happily ever after. 王子与公主结婚，从此过着幸福快乐的日子。好，下一个单字是 marry。marry 它是动词，表示嫁或者是娶。例如 Her sister married a lawyer. Her sister married a lawyer. 她姐姐嫁给一位律师。那最后一个单字是 question。Question 在课文里面是当名词，表示问题，像是 The singer refused to answer any personal questions. The singer refused to answer any personal questions. 那位歌手他拒绝回答私人问题。好啦，现在已经看完单字例句，接着回到课文中。Soon the man came to a castle. A beautiful princess lived there. Anyone could marry her, but they needed to answer 3 questions first. If they couldn't, they would die. John decided to try. That night, the princess went out. The stranger saw this and followed her. Explanation 1.
So, John is continuing on his journey with the stranger that he met. The first sentence of today's story says, Soon the men came to a castle.
And this was no ordinary castle. It says, a beautiful princess lived there. Wow, just like in a fairy tale.
That's right, and it gets better. We next learn about this princess. Anyone could marry her, but they needed to answer 3 questions first. Ooh, a beautiful princess with a challenge. How interesting.
Yes, and the challenge is quite dangerous too. We read, if they couldn't, they would die.
That sounds like a really tough first date. But John is a young man with a lot of courage. It says John decided to try. Good luck, John.
And as we reach our break, it says, that night, The princess went out. The stranger saw this and followed her. 好，我们刚刚读到要娶公主为妻，必须先回答3个问题，如果答不出来就会被处死诶。那么 John 很有勇气，他决定要接受这个挑战。我们就顺便把勇气跟挑战这2个单字学起来。Courage 它是拼作 Courage， Courage 表示勇气，那它是不可数名词。至于 challenge 是挑战，它是拼作 Challenge， challenge。好，那么故事接着提到说，那天晚上公主外出，那么跟 John 一起旅行的一个陌生人就尾随在公主的后面，该不会是要伤害公主或者要绑架她吧？毕竟童话故事里面的公主常常被绑架。那我们顺便学一下绑架的英文是 kidnap， Kidnap， kidnap。I wonder what the stranger plans to do. Do you think he wants to hurt the princess or maybe kidnap her?
Good question. Princesses do get kidnapped a lot in stories. Well, the only way for us to find out is by taking our break now and then coming back to finish off today's part of the story. We'll see you soon.
They came to a troll's house. There, the troll said, "Ask the man, what am I thinking of? Then think of your shoes." The stranger went back. He told John to answer shoes. The next morning, John did, and the princess was very surprised. Explanation 2.
Welcome back. The princess left her castle one night, and the stranger who was traveling with John is following her. Strange things are happening, so let's read on to see what happens next. It says, they came to a troll's house. Oh dear, a troll is a scary monster that usually lives under a bridge and can attack travelers. I hope the princess knows what she's doing here.
And she does, because the troll doesn't seem to scare her. In fact, they talk together. We read, there the troll said, "Ask the man, what am I thinking of? Then think of your shoes." Is the troll telling the princess what questions to ask the men who want to marry her?
Yeah, that seems to be what's going on. Very strange.
这个故事的发展确实很奇怪。美丽的公主自投罗网来到巨人的家，不过这个巨人竟然没有要伤害她，而是要帮她出点子来考验想要娶她的人。那么文中的 troll 表示巨人，那它本来是指北欧传说中的巨人。好，在我们继续读故事之前，要先请 Daphne 老师帮我们讲解第一个文法重点。Okay, before we find out more, let's go to Daphne for our first grammar point of the day.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 What is somebody thinking of？ 意思是某人正在想什么。What 在这里是疑问代名词什么的意思，使用的时候置于句首，后方的句子要倒装。原本直述句是 Somebody is thinking of 加名词，意思是某人正在想某事。改为问句之后，则要将 be 动词提前，句子变成 What is somebody thinking of？ 例如 Darcy looks pensive. What is he thinking of？ 达西看起来若有所思，他在想什么呢？
Welcome back. The princess has just talked to a troll who seemed to be telling her what questions to ask the young men who want to marry her. If one of the men gets the questions right, they will be married. If he gets them wrong, then he'll be killed. Serious stuff. So next we read, the stranger went back. He told John to answer shoes. Ah, so the stranger is helping John. He wasn't trying to spy to help himself.
And John, who seems to want to marry the princess, is happy to get this information from the stranger. The final sentence of today's article says, "The next morning, John did, and the princess was very surprised. She's surprised that John answered her question so easily."
Little does she know that John is getting the answers from the stranger. Okay, before we finish things off, let's go to Daphne for today's final grammar point.
今天的第二则文法是 The next morning, John did. 隔天早上，约翰这么做了。注意，这里用助动词 do 的过去式 did， 代指前面提过的动作，还有它的受词。例如 ，Snow White didn't eat the poisoned apple, but the dwarf did. 白雪公主没有吃毒苹果，但是小矮人吃了。句子里面我们用 did 代替前提的 eat the poisoned apple， 吃毒苹果。
And that's it for us. Thanks for reading along with us, and we look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow for part 3. Until then,
Bye-bye. The Traveling Companion. Soon, the man came to a castle. A beautiful princess lived there. Anyone could marry her, but they needed to answer 3 questions first. If they couldn't, they would die. John decided to try. That night, the princess went out. The stranger saw this and followed her. They came to a troll's house. There, the troll said, "Ask the man, what am I thinking of? Then think of your shoes." The stranger went back. He told John to answer shoes. The next morning, John did, and the princess was very surprised.
工作上承认自己错误的5句实用句。
欢迎收看就爱讲英文
我是悠悠，
我是 Jay。
有时候我们在工作的时候难免会出错，不小心的啦。但是这关系到整个团队绩效，你还是要勇敢认错、道歉，表示负责哦。
对，所以我们今天要跟大家分享有关道歉认错的5个实用句型，该怎么说哦。1. Sorry, I made a mistake. 2. I apologize for the loss. 3. What I did was wrong. 4. How do I make it better? 5. I'm sorry I spoke harshly.
首先，一旦发现自己因为工作出错的话，你赶快这个认错道歉是基本礼貌。所谓的伸手不打道歉人，是我讲的。
Sorry, I made a mistake.
Sorry, I made a mistake.
Make a mistake 是犯错啊，但是我们这边因为错误已经造成，
是的，
所以要用过去式。I made a mistake.
I made a mistake.
I made a mistake.
但是工作上可能会因为小小的差错造成大大的损失，那怎么办？
对，那就哇，我真的很抱歉造成这个损失。
小小的打错一个零。
I apologize for the loss.
I apologize for the loss.
Apologize 好是一个正式严肃的道歉说法。I apologize for the loss 好，所以 apologize for something 就是为了某件事情郑重道歉。
对，你就小小的不小心打错一个零，多打少打，可能公司里就损失了上千万，
损失就是 loss，OK。
所以承认错误是件很重要的事情，是一个态度，你才有机会改过弥补。
所以就说我犯错了，
对不起，
我所做的事情是错的。What I did was wrong.
What I did was wrong.
What I did was wrong.
我做的是错的，
对，
我做错了，
那就要弥补嘛哈，
是
修正。那你就说 How do I make it better?
How do I make it better?
Make something better， 把一件事情变得更好哈，就是说啊，我想要翻转这个局面。How do I make it better?
How do I make it better？ 有可能老板说，那你走比较快啦。
对
哦，不会了，不会了。但是老板或上司可能会觉得你因为你有诚意，
是的
所以就软化，然后就告诉你啊，可能刚刚太凶，对不起，我刚刚太凶了，好不好？
刚刚不应该赏你两巴掌这样。对 ，OK， I'm sorry I spoke harshly。
I'm sorry I spoke harshly.
Harshly 呢是态度或者是口气非常强硬
强硬
的副词。I spoke harshly，就是讲的话比较不好听，我刚刚口气太硬了。I'm sorry I spoke harshly。
OK, I'm sorry I spoke
对，
harshly.
那
对
还有就是你生气的时候，然后骂人家，你还可以用一个字叫 snap，
snap
就是，biang，就是骂，狂骂。
咄咄逼人。
对对，骂到狗血淋头，这样就 snap， 或者你可以说 I'm sorry I snapped。
I'm sorry I snapped.
它是不及物动词，所以 I'm sorry I snapped at you。
I'm sorry I snapped at
对，我
you.
刚刚不应该这样，就是大发脾气，一直骂人的。
虽然人家做错，但你也不能这么凶啦，
是啊
对不对？好，我们来看今天的
Live action。
Boss.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I made a mistake on this project.
You almost cost us $10 million. How could you be so careless? How could you?
I apologize for the loss. What I did was wrong.
It was wrong.
How do I make it better?
Let's work it out together. I'm sorry I spoke harshly to you earlier.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 又到我们1分钟的单元喽。今天呢，我们要用1分钟的时间来复习在 Stories and Fables 学到的4个单字。同学们，您都准备好没？1分钟计时开始。好，第一个单字它是城堡，城堡英文怎么说呢？叫做 castle。The castle has been turned into a hotel。那间城堡已经被改成一间饭店了。第二个单字是公主，公主叫做 princess。那你把字尾的 ss 去掉，就变成 prince， 那就是王子喽。The princess refused to kiss the frog。公主拒绝亲吻那只青蛙。好，第三个单字表示嫁或者是娶，这个动词怎么说呢？叫做 marry。Marry， 注意它是 M-A-R-R-Y， 不是 M-E-R-R-Y， 不要把它跟 Merry Christmas 那个 Merry 搞错咯。Louisa married Sam in 2008。Louisa 在2008年嫁给了山姆 Sam。好，第四个单字是问题，这个问题它是当名词表，这个字叫做 question。Do you mind if I ask you a personal question？ 你介意我问你一个私人问题吗？介意啊，那就算了。好，不管怎么样，我们在1分钟之内复习完4个单字了，同学表现很棒哦。那么今天的 ABC Interactive English 到此为止，下次见喽，拜拜。